Hey, hi, and welcome once again. I'm Paul Hansen, and once again I want to talk about another foundational principle. In fact, it's a universal law. It's a law that's highly important to any success. In fact, it's imperative to entrepreneurial success. Simply stated, it's the law of compensation, also known as the law of sowing and reaping. There's a biblical story about the law of compensation called the parable of the sower. And as you'll recall, the sower was the man who planted the crops, and as the story goes, and I'm sure most of you remember, some of the seed fell by the wayside and the birds grabbed the seed, while other seeds fell on rocky ground, some on stony ground, and those seeds either withered and died or were overcome by weeds. And then the productive seed that fell on good soil, well, that eventually produced a harvest. Although that story is so profound in so many ways and can be applied to our own businesses, it's easy to forget that in order to produce success, a harvest, plenty of seeds need to be planted, right? Of course, we know we have to start with good seed. In other words, is there a need for what we do? That's the good seed. We need to produce in order to produce a harvest, right? But having good seed isn't the only thing we'll need. You know the old adage, build a better mousetrap and the world will be a path to your door? Well, that's not really true. For sure, it helps to have a better mousetrap, or using our previous illustration, a good seed. But if no one knows what you have, it really isn't going to produce much. The seed has to be planted, okay? In other words, people have to know about what we do. As we all know, not every seed we plant is going to germinate. But if we plant enough, we'll be able to produce a harvest. So if we have a good seed and we have the ability to plant that seed, then we should be able to produce a harvest, right? Well, yes, to a point. However, it can be pretty easy to replace us, since there are plenty of sowers out there in our community. And so we must prove to be the trusted and most reliable source. Basically, the more difficult you are to be replaced, the more harvest or success you'll achieve. So the question becomes, how do we stand out and be heard above the noise in our modern, speeded up, technologically advanced world, right? What is your standout value proposition for the marketplace? Hey, these are serious questions that only come through education, knowledge, and creativity. It is a matter of doing certain things in a certain way that makes all the difference. You know, my partner and mentor did an experiment, and he asked hundreds of people what were their goals, what's their target, and what's stopping them from getting there. You know, after running this experiment, the conclusion came down to a few things. First was a simple lack of focus, being drawn in too many directions. Second was no clear defined goals. And third was the lack of a specific and thoughtful plan of action. So I'm going to dig deeper into some of these areas in some of the following posts. But in the meantime, if you'd like to learn more on how to overcome some of these hurdles that I just mentioned and create leverage in your business to get to that 5-figure monthly income that you may be striving for and beyond, well, check out the link that I provided below and listen to what my partner and mentor has to say and see if this resonates for you and your business. Do it now, and leave me a comment too, especially if you got value from this, and check back often for more quick tips for online success. Till then, take care and God bless.